Today, we're embarking on an exciting adventure into the world of indirect speech, a crucial skill for reporting what others have said without using their exact words. It's like being a language detective, uncovering the hidden meanings and nuances behind people's statements. Whether you're writing a novel, summarizing a conversation, or simply relaying information to a friend, understanding indirect speech is essential. It's like having a secret code that allows you to communicate more effectively and efficiently. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's unravel the mysteries of reported speech together. It's time to become grammar sleuths and crack the case of indirect speech. Direct versus indirect speech, the two sides of the communication coin. First, let's clarify the difference between direct and indirect speech. It's like looking at two sides of the same communication coin. Direct speech involves quoting someone's exact words, usually enclosed in quotation marks. It's like a verbatim recording of what was said. For example, "I love ice cream," said Sarah. On the other hand, indirect speech conveys the meaning of what was said without using the speaker's exact words. It's like paraphrasing or summarizing the main point. For example, Sarah said that she loved ice cream. Notice how the pronouns and verb tenses change when we switch from direct to indirect speech. It's like the words are shape-shifting to fit the new context. This is a key aspect of reported speech that we'll explore further, so keep your grammar goggles on. Reporting statements. The tense-shifting tango. When reporting statements, we need to pay attention to the tense of the introductory verb. It's like the conductor of the grammar orchestra, setting the tone for the rest of the sentence. If the introductory verb is in the present, present perfect, or future tense, we don't need to change the tense of the original statement. It's like the words are dancing in perfect synchronization. For example, direct. "I'm reading a fantastic book," says Mike. Indirect. Mike says that he is reading a fantastic book. However, if the introductory verb is in the past tense, we usually need to shift the tense of the original statement one step back into the past. This is known as backshift. It's like the words are taking a time machine to the past. For example, direct. "I'm going to the party," said Jessica. Indirect. Jessica said that she was going to the party. Reporting questions. The curious case of interrogatives. Reporting questions in indirect speech involves a few additional changes. It's like the interrogatives are going undercover and transforming into statements. First, we need to change the interrogative form of the verb to the affirmative form. It's like the question is shedding its inquisitive cloak and becoming a statement. Second, we replace the question mark with a period. It's like the punctuation is getting a makeover. Finally, if the introductory verb is say, we need to change it to a verb of inquiry, such as ask. It's like the verb is putting on its detective hat and investigating the question. Let's look at an example. Direct. "Where are you going?" asked Mark. Indirect. Mark asked where I was going. Notice how are becomes was and say is replaced by ask. It's like the words are playing a game of grammatical dress-up. When reporting yes-no questions, we use if or whether to introduce the indirect question. It's like the words are holding up a sign that says, "This is a yes-no question in disguise." For example, direct. "Do you like pizza?" asked Lisa. Indirect. Lisa asked whether I liked pizza. Reporting commands and requests, the bossy verbs. To report commands and requests, we often use the infinitive form of the verb. It's like the verbs are putting on their bossy pants and giving orders. The introductory verb can be tell, order, ask, or a similar verb. It's like the verb is the drill sergeant of the sentence, barking out commands. For example, direct, "Clean your room," said Mom. Indirect. Mom told me to clean my room. For negative commands, we use not before the infinitive. It's like the verb is wagging its finger and saying, "Don't you dare." For instance, direct, "Don't touch that," said Dad. Indirect, "Dad told me not to touch that." When reporting requests, we can use ask, followed by an infinitive. It's like the verb is politely asking for a favor. For example, direct, "Could you please help me?" said Sarah. Indirect, "Sarah asked me to help her." Reporting exclamations and other expressions, the dramatic flair. Exclamations often become statements in indirect speech, and the exclamation mark disappears. It's like the words are taking a deep breath and calming down, losing their dramatic flair. For example, direct, "What a beautiful sunset," exclaimed Tom. Indirect, Tom exclaimed that the sunset was beautiful. Some common expressions have their own reporting verbs. It's like they have a special VIP pass to the grammar party. For instance, direct, "Thank you," said Peter. Indirect, "Peter thanked me." Direct, "Congratulations," said the boss. Indirect, "The boss congratulated me." Changes in time, place, and pronouns, the grammar shapeshifters. When converting direct speech to indirect speech, we need to be mindful of changes in time expressions, place references, and pronouns to maintain clarity and accuracy. It's like the words are shapeshifting to fit their new context. Time expressions like today, tomorrow, and next week often change to that day, the following day, or the following week in indirect speech. It's like they're adjusting their calendars to match the new timeline. For example, direct, "I'll finish the report tomorrow," said John. Indirect, John said that he would finish the report the following day. Place references like here and this may change to there and that. It's like they're packing their bags and moving to a new location in the sentence. For instance, direct, "I love this city," said Emma. Indirect, Emma said that she loved that city. Pronouns usually change from first or second person to third person, except when the speaker is reporting their own words. It's like they're playing a game of grammatical musical chairs. For example, direct, "I'm excited about my new job," said Lisa. Indirect, Lisa said that she was excited about her new job. Reporting mixed types of sentences, the grammar juggler. Sometimes, direct speech includes a mix of statements, questions, and commands. It's like a grammatical circus act, with different types of sentences vying for attention. In these cases, we may need to use multiple introductory verbs or connecting words to accurately report the speech. It's like the words are performing a juggling act, keeping all the different elements in the air. For example, direct, "I'm going to the store. Do you need anything?" asked Mary. Indirect, Mary said that she was going to the store and asked if I needed anything. Alternatively, we can use a participle phrase to connect the different parts. It's like the words are walking a tightrope, balancing the various components of the sentence. For instance, direct, "Please be careful, the roads are slippery," said Dad. Indirect, Dad warned me to be careful, pointing out that the roads were slippery. Reporting with modal verbs, the nuance acrobats. Modal verbs like must, should, may, and might can add nuance to reported speech. It's like they're the acrobats of the grammar world, twisting and turning to convey subtle shades of meaning. When reporting with these verbs, we need to consider the context and the speaker's intention. It's like being a language mind reader, trying to decipher the hidden messages behind the words. For example, must can express deduction, obligation, or intention. Direct, He must be tired after that long flight, said Sarah. Indirect. Sarah said that he must be tired after that long flight. Deduction. Direct. You must finish your homework before dinner, said Mom. Indirect. Mom said that I had to finish my homework before dinner. Obligation. Should, may, and might often remain unchanged in indirect speech. It's like they're the steadfast anchors in the sea of reported speech. For instance, direct. I might go to the party, said Tom. Indirect. Tom said that he might go to the party. Mastering indirect speech, your grammar toolkit. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today.
Learn indirect speech, a new way to tell what others say. Change the words, not exact. Shape, shift meaning, that's a fact. Indirect speech, we transform. Words adapt, the norm. Quotes become a new convey. Meaning clear in a new way. Today becomes that day. Tomorrow shifts away. Verbs in past, we back shift right. Like time travels out of sight. Indirect speech, we transform. Words adapt, the norm. Quotes become a new convey. Meaning clear in a new way. In new way. Say to ask for questions. Interrogative conversions. Do you like pizza? She said. Indirect if pizza's instead. Commands become infinitive. Clean your room, telling to live. Add not for negative tone. Don't touch that, instructs to clone. Indirect speech, we transform. Words adapt, the norm. Quotes become a new convey. Meaning clear in a new way. Master these skills in direct grammar's toolkit, effect.